Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this week's edition of Stop, Look, and Listen. I'm your host, LeTroy Gardner. This week, we have a studio engineer turned hip hop artist. That's hip hop, not hip hop.
Hey.
So we got the Fresh Prince of Salt Lake City. We have Obeeyay. Welcome to the show.
Turn it up. What's up?
Man, how you doing, man?
I'm fabulous. I'm just enjoying. I mean, it's hot, but that just means it's summertime. So I guess the hot's got to come with it, you know.
But it's not too hot to be wearing that dope sweater. I see.
I mean, I'm inside. I got AC. I'm like, I'm very much protected right now.
Word.
But
So
yeah, super glad to be here.
right, yeah, glad to have you. So
Yeah, thank you for having me.
this is like a spotlight interview. So share with us, who is Obeeyay?
Yeah, so OBA, so I'm a pop, hip hop, so hip hop. I like to fuse those two genres together. I love to create music. I was born in a musical family. And so like I literally remember my mom teaching voice lessons at the piano, and she would sit me and my siblings on her lap while she was teaching at the piano voice lessons. And so I always kind of like was being exposed to different types of singers, different songs, different genres, because my mom had her students were from everywhere, and they had different voices. And so those were her solo classes, but she would also have group classes. And so she would throw us in her group classes, with our age group. And so literally I have 7 older siblings, and singing competitions became like a family ritual. We battled every day, and we just, wanted to make each other better, so they're just incredible people, and helped me be who I am today. And I've just really fell in love with music, with, of course, like you said, I did a lot of engineering, producing music, and did some mixing and mastering, and still do that. And then I thought, you know what? I've been doing this for other artists. I think it's time for me to be the artist now. And so that's really been the dream.
All right. So you mentioned having 7 older siblings. So were you
Yeah.
like the MJ of the family?
You know what? So, because MJ was 8th born, right?
Nah,
So,
I know he's older than Janet and I think Randy. I think those are the only 2 he's older than. So
yeah, I mean, I think where
he
I
has
fall in
6
my
older
family is,
siblings.
oh, so is okay, okay. Well, I mean, MJ is a huge influence. Like, did you see the movie?
I just saw it. How did you
Yeah.
like it?
I mean, it was just incredible.
Hmm.
I'm lost for words. I've seen it like 7 times. I'm obsessed. Like just what he was able to do while during his time on Earth. So many genres I feel like have branched out from him.
Hmm.
Like people decided, oh, like let me take a chance. Like let me be different because of Michael Jackson. And so yeah, I love his music. I love that he was able to reinvent himself and be current for so long, right? Like nowadays it's so hard to be relevant for a long period of time. And that's what he did. And so, yeah, I love MJ.
Right. Yeah. I just like the fact that he wanted to stay loyal to his family, but he also knew that he had a greater cause. And
Mm,
um,
yeah,
obviously, he had the ability to entertain, but he wanted to make sure that there was a message in the music. So, um,
yeah, most definitely. I was thinking about that too. I was like, oh yeah, like he walks the walk. Like in his
mhm,
music, not only in his what he says in interviews, but in his music, you can hear what he stands for.
yeah.
Love that.
All right. So, like we mentioned, you hail from Salt Lake City, Utah. Um,
Yes.
not exactly the musical hotbed, but just tell us about the scene. Is it more of like an alternative scene? Because like people such as myself that have never touched ground in Salt Lake City, we think Mormon mountains,
Yeah,
Snow,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Utah
yeah.
Jazz. That's
Right.
what comes to mind.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely there's a huge indie scene. There's also an underground hip hop scene in Salt Lake. If you go like 45 minutes south to like Utah County, it's very much indie, like an indie scene. So indie artists, rock music, alternative music. It's very much driven that way. And so I love that I stand out. Like, because there's
Uh-huh.
not a lot of artists who do the type of music I do. And so I love to think of myself as a breath of fresh air to the community I'm in, because there's not a lot of pop, hip hop kind of artists with that like LMFAO energy
Hmm.
in terms of like the music.
Did you find it hard to kind of, I guess, collaborate with artists at first while you were in Salt Lake City? I know you moved to LA, but prior
Yeah.
to moving to LA, was it difficult finding that tribe, or you all you all kind of found each other rather easily?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a snowball effect. So
Uh-huh.
once you like in terms of collaborations, once you kind of collaborate with one person, then other people hear about it, and then it's a little easier to kind of get in those circles and do writing camps and just writing sessions and also have different people at your shows. Like you might have like a bill of four people on a show. So
Hmm.
like Elena Grace, like that's an example of an artist that when I started working with her, and she's super talented. She's based out of Salt Lake. She was able to open a lot of doors for me in terms of the local scene because we collaborated. There were some friends that she knew who wanted to be a part of these writing sessions, and it just it kind of grew from there. So it's kind of like once you knock on that right door, then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." Like I kind of, I'd love to work with you. But then at the same time, you got to make sure they're in the type of genre you're in. Like even a collaboration with Elena, she's very much like a indie pop artist, but there's not a lot
Hmm.
of indie pop artists. Like there's a lot of like alternative artists, which is totally different than what I do. So then again, you gotta you gotta find the right match.
Right. All right. So
Yeah,
like talk
and then
about.
performing at the national like the national anthem with the Utah Jazz, that's
Hmm.
helped as well. Just people seeing my face because I did it. I've done it maybe 6 times, and so being able to post about that and people being at the games, like that's been
Yeah.
really helpful too. Like, oh yeah, like I've seen you before.
Uh-huh. You mentioned Elena Grace. One of the songs that I'd wanted to kind of just get background information on was Forgive and Forget. That was one of the songs I kind of listened to, and I was like,
Yeah,
yo, I'm feeling this vibe and, um, you know, the message behind it. So just talk about Forgive and Forget.
yeah. I mean, I think there comes a time when like I've been in a relationship where it's it's been hard to like forgive like what's happened in the past. Like I dated a girl and we were on and off for like I think that's what sparked it, like maybe like 7 times on and off. And so and
Mhm.
she had actually a similar experience. And so we were like, hey, let's speak on that. Like what does that look like when you're in a relationship and it doesn't feel right, but then you bounce back and you come back again and again, like can you try again, can it work out again, and so we were really just speaking from truth, from experience, and we both could relate to something like that. And so also I think she was in like LA at the time because she also travels back and forth, and we wrote the whole song on Zoom, the whole song. So literally it was like I don't know how we were able to pull that off like as quick as we did because I think it took like maybe one day and the song was done in terms of the writing and the lyrics, and the music element of it. We just had to record the vocals. So it was a Zoom session with me and her, and we just kind of locked in.
Right. Oh, I mean, like I said, the chemistry was to the roof, and I love what
I
you two put
appreciate it.
together. Of course.
Appreciate that.
Um, well, another collaboration with a similar type of messaging was We Good or What with Maya Malkin.
Yeah,
Uh,
Maya, she's dope. She's from Canada.
call it off or call it love. So kind of another situation where the relationship is kind of on shaky ground, and you're like, which way are we going here? We gonna ride it out, or are we gonna call it a day?
Right. No, it's funny because both of them kind of have like a similar. I feel like Forgive and Forget is a little more on the fence, but
Hmm.
We Good or What is more like, hey, like let's like just quit it. Like let's just quit it and like let's just be who we're meant to be. And
Right.
so yeah, we just kind of ran with that. We actually started with the melody first, and we actually call it in Canada they call it yogurt. So it's literally like we just kind of like I build the track first, and that's what happened. Like I built the track, and then we just freestyle melodies. Like what melodies are we hearing? Like how does this track make me feel? How does the chord progression make me feel? And then from there we piece together our melodies, and then we write lyrics inside of our melodies. So it sounds like gibberish for like the
Hmm.
first, like for the first half of the session. And then we're like, okay, yeah, these melodies sound good. Now what let's choose the concept. What should the song be about? And then that's kind of when it all kind of developed from there.
Is that your typical creative process now, or you
Yeah, I mean,
adapted to Maya?
yeah, I mean, with Maya, she kind of adapted to me in that sense, in terms of
Okay.
coming in with melody first and then lyrics second. And she had some really, really good melodies, like, and I'm like, this is through the roof. We gotta finish this. Because
Uh-huh.
we wrote, I think, maybe like 6 or 7 songs. And then that one was just the one that felt the best.
All right.
So yeah.
Cool. So like, does your best work typically come while you're in the midst of a breakup, or while the relationship is thriving?
Sheesh. I mean, I feel like probably when a relationship is thriving, I feel like it gives me time to like reminisce on just like how I got here in the first place.
Hmm.
So like I think if I'm in a stable state, I can kind of like look in the past and like and speak from truth.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't say the other way is bad, but I do think when I'm like in a relationship, I'm like stable enough to like sit down and be like, all right, let's just like let me get everything out that I need to.
Yeah. Um, like a couple other singles that I wanted to ask you about. Memory. Uh, you linked up with
Yeah.
DJ Ghana.
Yeah,
Uh,
DJ Switch Ghana.
yeah. So,
Yeah, her
wow.
energy's crazy. Her energy's
Oh yeah.
so crazy.
Dr. Todd McLean provides periodontal and dental implant services in 2 convenient locations. They offer over a decade of experience treating patients, and appointments can even be scheduled in the evenings, weekends, or early mornings. Give them a call in Chapel Hill at 919-537-9774 or in Durham at 919-484-8338, or visit them online at gumsandimplants.org.
How did that collaboration come about? And I guess,
Mhm.
intertwining some of the popular, Afrobeat sound.
Right. Well, I knew about her through Marlon. And so she reached out, and then we just started collaborating again because I think she was like in Ghana at a point in time and then in Los Angeles. So we did another Zoom session, and
Hmm.
I sent her a couple ideas, and she really like fell in love with the idea. And so I kind of had the bare bones of it. Like I had the verse, I had the chorus, and I knew that she, like her background was, that like the Afrobeat type of vibe. And so I kind of vibe with that, like I have songs that already have that feel. So it was perfect for me. I'm like, oh great, like
Yeah.
I love this genre. And so she's also a DJ. So I wanted something that she could play at any party. Like anywhere she went to, she could play her track, and it's like it goes hard and people are gonna dance and just go crazy to it. So I kind of came up with the track and she loved it. And something that I feel like really like made me realize her talent was like her rap. like the rap that she does in the second verse was like
Hmm.
that was all her, and she just had such like an authentic take to it, you know. And so and she's just so she has so much excitement when she records and when she's writing that it inspired me to really want to like finish the song. So her talent definitely like showed during the whole entire process. And we ended up recording it at Paramount Recording Studios. So we had a recording session via Zoom, and then I went to LA, and I just happened to be in the area, and she was in the area, and she came to Paramount Studios, and we knocked that song out in like
Right.
probably like a few hours, and then the rest is history.
Hmm. So like, so how long have you been in LA, and how compare creating in Salt Lake City versus creating in LA?
Well, I mean, it's funny because now I'm thinking about it. I'm realizing I'm saying Zoom so much. It's because I'm in Salt Lake, you know,
Uh-huh.
like the people that I'm writing with are in LA, and they're in different cities, and so in LA it wasn't much like that. Like you would actually go to a studio, and you would be everyone who's from everywhere is there, right? Like they're there to
Hmm.
create. And so it's just a different way. And it's not much, it's more intimate, right? When you're in LA, that's really the big difference. You know, like when you're in LA, you're there in the studio, like super quick reaction time, like we're just kind of vibing. And then on Zoom, it's just even though we're thousands of miles away, it just shows how much that I'm seeing these artists care. You know, like they really care about their craft just as much as I do. And so it's cool to see that commitment of like willing to do something that might not be as convenient, but just as good and just as effective. That's the really big difference is just like the intimate setting versus like hundreds, thousands of miles away, hoping that we create something amazing. But I think
Uh-huh.
there's a good vibe about it.
Right. All right. So like, I get, I get a Black Eyed Peas Will I Am feel when I listen to your music. It's very worldly. Like, who else influenced you
Hmm.
besides, MJ and like I said, Will I Am?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so those are big ones. I mean, I feel like Tribe Called Quest is a big one too. Like, I love that they were different. I love that they like their music videos were just so like out of this world. And so I kind of feel like it started with, well, of course, like I'm a big fan of MJ, but just in terms of like the kind of artist I am, I would trace it back to like Tribe Called Quest, right? And then after Tribe Called Quest, it was Black Eyed Peas. And then after
Hmm.
Black Eyed Peas, you could even say it was like Chance the Rapper. And so I feel like I feel obligated to carry that torch. Like that type of music is just so infectious, and I feel like my music uh, resembles that. And so, if
Yeah.
I can carry that torch, that would be a huge dream of mine to continue to like really live in that space.
Right. All right. So last song I wanted to ask you about was Brand's latest single.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's more up tempo, and it's almost like a look at me now type of a vibe where um it's almost like you're poking your chest out and you're proud of the accomplishments despite the naysayers. That's kind
right.
of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, 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 most definitely. I think everyone needs that, right? And I was thinking I had sports teams in mind when I wrote this, you know,
Hmm.
because a lot of people will doubt you, especially when they're not your fans, right? And so if you can go in, you know, wanting to prove people wrong, wanting to say, "Hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be everything you said I wouldn't be," you know?
Yeah.
I think there's an energy behind that because it keeps you ambitious and it keeps you hungry. And so I didn't only write this for me, but and I hope that other people resonate with that too, just in life, not only in sports, but specifically sports teams. Yeah.
Hmm. All right. So like, what do you feel is the most difficult um task when it comes to trying to navigate the music scene in 2026, as far as getting your music out there so much competition because everybody's putting out music and
Right.
available on streaming. So like, what's the biggest challenge?
It's a moving target. The music industry is a moving target, right? Like just how it's been digitized, right? Like in terms of like we used to have like 45s and then now we have cassette tapes and then now we have CDs and then now everything's digital. It's just really it continues to transform. And then the way you promote your music is so different than it was 12 years ago. And so I think really keeping your ear to the streets, right? Like really understanding what's working for artists, what's working for people who like me in my genre. I think that's the toughest part because there's always a new way to better promote your music or a new thing that you should try, like a new way to market yourself. And it used to be, oh, like that's a great song. I'm going to this concert because of this song. Now it's like I'm going to see Billie Eilish. I'm going to see I'm going to see Chance the Rapper. Like they're going to see the artist because they love them, not just their music. And so you really got to be your own brand. Like it's not only about your songs, but who are you? Like who are you really? And like what do you represent? What do you stand for? And that's what people are falling in love with. And so it's just really being that person who just can understand where that moving target is headed and embrace it. That's what
Mhm.
I would say.
Okay, good answer. What's something about you that people would find most surprising?
I'm a beast at pickleball. I'm so good. So anybody out there who wants to play me, hit me, DM me. I'll set it up. I'll come to you.
It's like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'm a high school pickleball coach.
Okay.
I'm a high school head pickleball coach. So I'm such a dork.
I didn't know that they had teams like in high school or anything like that.
Yeah. So in Utah, I think they have over 42 high school teams, and it might be the first state in like the world to be like a sanctioned sport in a state. Like in the US, it might become the very first.
Okay.
So it's really, really big out here.
So are colleges offering pickleball programs yet or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I think like Utah State is sponsored by Nike. Oh, sorry, no, Utah Tech
okay.
is sponsored by Nike. So people are really like they're really playing.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, just living on the pickleball court, not even going home.
Wow. Yeah, we have the racket and the ball. Well, we haven't gone out there yet to
Oh yeah.
play me and the wife. But yeah, once I get my reps in, I'll reach out to you.
Hey, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
Yeah, we like I said, we need to get out there. It's been sitting in the closet for about a year and a half. So we
Yeah,
we need to get out there and practice.
that's
You
what's
also
up.
seem to be a huge Spider-Man fan.
I mean, I love Spider-Man so much, so much. I mean, I've covered maybe like four Spider-Verse songs, like Sunflower and Annihilate. Like, yeah, I Am I Dreaming? Like, I love those songs. So, in short, absolutely love, 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 love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So, what do you see when you look in the mirror?
Gosh, what do I see? I see a nose. I see two eyes. I see eyebrows. I see a good-looking man. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, I'm a big believer in God, so I think
Hmm.
the first and foremost, I see myself as a child of God.
Right.
Yeah. Then everything else is secondary.
Okay. All right. So, like in those moments of doubt, like as far as the career trajectory and all that, like how do you like who do you turn to besides God to you know get that get back on track when you feel like you're never gonna succeed?
I mean, that's a great question, LeTroy. I mean, me having seven older siblings who made me work for it, right? Like my mom would have us sing at like community events, assemblies, and she wouldn't just give us the solo. We would have to fight for our solos. Like this is something that we cared about so much, and we wanted to be in the center. We wanted to be the best. And so to have siblings, parents who want to make you better and who will be honest with you, like there's nothing better, like just family in general that's who I lean on for sure.
All right. So if you were to form a group like Tribe Called Quest or the Black Eyed Peas, who are you recruiting to join you?
Sheesh. Marlon. And then I'll let Marlon choose the other ones. I'll be like, hey Marlon, you gotta play guitar.
Yep.
That boy can play.
Yep.
No, sheesh. Who would okay, well, can it be anyone?
Yeah. Dead or
Okay.
alive.
Well, I mean, come on.
Any genre.
We got Michael Jackson, we got Usher, we got T-Pain. I mean, do I have to say anything else?
Nah,
I mean, do we need more?
it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. Lots of dancing.
Turn it up. Maybe Khalid, that'd be dope.
Okay.
Put him in there.
Yeah. All right. I like that. Now, you mentioned Marlon. So we talking about Marlon McLean, the magician, with the Daz Band and Pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I had him on a recent episode of Stop, Look, and Listen. Went through his amazing career, and that's how we linked because you're one of his artists.
Absolutely.
So, like, just talk about how you two connected, and then all of the words of wisdom that he's been sharing with you to advance your career.
Yeah, so he knew me as like a freshman in high school. So I had always kind of like I just happened to be in the same studio he was in. Like while I was sweeping the floors, going to get food for the people at the studio. Like I was just like, any way I can just hang out in the studio, I'll do anything. And so like literally I was a runner for a while, just getting food for people. And then I started writing, and I think he took a liking to what I was doing, and we just kept that relationship. And then I actually served a volunteer mission in South Africa for 2 years, right after high school, for my church. And then when I came back, I reconnected with Marlon, and I told him like, man, like I have all these sounds are just like bursting out of my head. Like I gotta make a project. And I just told him how excited I was to be back and to like write down and record all these songs that were just trapped in my head while I was in South Africa. And he was like, you know what, let's keep in touch, And so when I finally wrote these songs, I reached out to him again, and I was like, hey, like will you take me on as an artist? And so he took a chance, and so we just kind of been cool, since then. And he's been incredible.
Great. All right. What's next for you?
So I have it's like a hyper pop project with this artist. Her name's Sam Rosario. And so we're working on we recorded 6 songs, and the first song comes out in a couple weeks. It comes out May 22nd. And then we're just going to release music every 3 weeks after that. And so literally we're just going to be dropping an EP together. And so she's like a bilingual artist. Like she speaks Spanish and has like a Spanish following, and she's like, her energy is crazy. So we're just going to have fun with it.
Okay. Be on the lookout for it. I'm sure with the Spanish thrown, it's gonna be quite a vibe to it. So
yeah, no, you'll have to let me know what you think.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. If you want to send it to me, we can definitely promo it when we promote this episode as well. So it'll be running next week. So yeah, we'll be right on schedule with it.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I'll send that over.
Okay.
Word.
All right, so plug the socials, plug where we can find you, where we can find the music.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Obeeyay. So that's Obeeyay. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me wherever you stream music. But if you just type in Obeeyay on Instagram, TikTok. Let's be friends. Follow me.
All right. Obeeyay. It's a pleasure, brother. Getting to know you, getting to hear your story, being the MJ of the family, like coming up under all of the siblings, the older siblings, and being a sponge and learning from your moms and developing this creative process called yogurt.
It's crazy because when you say MJ, I actually have two siblings and a couple of my nephews who are in MJ the musical. They're with the tour company in Australia. Yeah. So that brings like a whole new meaning to me. Just I miss them so much, but I know they're doing a lot of good stuff out there.
Would that be in your future too? Besides, just music,
I mean,
like hitting the stage, hitting theater,
course.
or
oh my, give me the mic, man. I'll stand anywhere. Anything that has to do with MJ. That sounds amazing.
Okay. All right, dope. All right, so brother, before we wrap, leave us with a parting shot. Whatever's on your heart. I know you have something on your heart, so.
If you believe it, you can achieve it. That's it.
All right. Obeeyay.com.
Hey,
catch them on socials. New music dropping next week. Thank you again, brother. Sky's the limit. Like I said, let me get that sweater.
All right, we'll talk after this.
All right, cool. All right, so for Stop, Look, and Listen, I'm your host, LeTroy Gardner. See you next week. Peace and blessings.